Ladies and gentlemen and perfectionists around the world, it's time for another Xenoverse 2 tour with your prestigious leader of the Pride and the perfectionists across the world, yours truly, Lord Paragon Perfection. And today we're going to be talking about, of course, Xenoverse 2, but more apropos, we're going to be talking about Shallot, a character that has been very much requested in Xenoverse 2 DLC. And again, more accurately, he's been requested for Xenoverse 2 DLC Pack 10. Now, we're going to get into who is Shallot and why he was not chosen for Xenoverse 2 DLC Pack 10, because I see a lot of videos out there in the community from all these mortals, all these Ningin, who don't really understand as to why Namco Bandai and Dimps did not select Shallot to be a part of the DLC pack. So, who is Shallot? Shallot is a character from the Dragon Ball Legends mobile game that has been somewhat of a success because it's a gacha game, and anything with the Dragon Ball brand name on it is going to be an instant success, whether or not the game tends to be quality or not. But Shallot is a Saiyan that has come through the passages of time to join Goku and friends in a tournament against Gible. That's basically all it is. He takes on a couple of missions with the Z fighters, and if you want to get more accurate, Shallot is more so just a representation of a created character. He's essentially the perfect character. He can come in, learn all the moves, do all the things. That's basically a created character for Xenoverse 2, but you can't change his design or anything. He's just stuck in those blue whatever Planet Sadala getup that he wears all the time. And he can even go Super Saiyan 1 and 2, even though it's been shown that he can't beat his brother Gible in his base form when he goes Super Saiyan. Remind me why people want this character again. I mean, I've seen his moveset, and it's nothing special because it's a generic moveset. Like, literally, Shallot without any other moves from the other characters. This is just a generic character. I think a lot of the request comes from, and stop me if I'm wrong, but Shallot is actually voiced by someone in the community, I think, like a fan person of Dragon Ball. I don't know, but that's what I heard and that's what I've researched. Also, I mean, Shallot really isn't, there was no real originality or thought put into his character, so much so that Shallot was actually going to be Bulla's name from Dragon Ball Super. I don't know if this was produced before they came up with Shallot in Dragon Ball Super, or whether this came up afterwards and Shallot just really was an afterthought at that point. I don't know, but based upon my research, Shallot doesn't even own his own name. Now, I want to like every character that comes into Dragon Ball, but he's essentially just like, if you've ever played any wrestling games, he's like the preset one character. Like, there's nothing special about him. He's just like, you pick the wrestling CAC and then you just have preset one, and that would be, Shallot would be preset one. There's nothing really about him that makes you connect to him or have a connection with the character. And I think it was just because he's a Saiyan, he can go Super Saiyan, let's add him to the game. It's like sort of people wanting to add Tarble to Xenoverse 2, which honestly I probably wouldn't be opposed to adding Tarble, but that's besides the point. Now, looking at everything else, if you were to add Shallot, then you would have to add Giblet, or Gible. I'm going to say Gible. You would have to add Gible to Xenoverse 2 because that's the essence, that's the story around Shallot. He has a twin brother named Gible, and that's his nemesis. That's the whole thing. So you would have to waste 2 slots just to have the context of the character. Now, at least with the way they've done things currently, Oob coming in actually sort of completes the GT roster outside of adding GT Goten, Sin, Shenron, and the other Shadow Dragons. It helps complete the GT roster. But then if you add Shallot, you just have another incomplete story end where you can't wrap things up with that character's arc. Also, you got Android 21. You got all the characters that were involved with Android 21's story in Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? So you have justification for adding her. But I'll get into her in another video, and I will link it down in the description below. But that has been everything that I really see about the Shallot character. I mean, Japanese name is Shallot, which he's kind of trying to cop off the Kakaroto type thing, but besides that, there's nothing of real intrigue about the character except that he's the mascot and the main character of Dragon Ball Legends. I really don't feel like he's earned the overnight popularity that he's gotten, and he got it really damn fast just because Saiyan, Super Saiyan, let's add him to the game. And hey, that's it. I mean, I just don't see the character really being Xenoverse 2 material. Now, would I throw a fit if he got added? No, I would just treat it like whatever. It's like, okay, another new character to play. But would I put him in over any other characters in Xenoverse 2 that could potentially be added? Would I put him in over Android 21? No. Would I put him in over Majin 21? No. Would I put him in over Oceanus Shenron? No. Would I put him in over King Vegeta or even Tarble? No and no. This character, again, he works in the realm that he's in. He works in Dragon Ball Legends because he's the focus and the main focal point of that story. But he would be just another Saiyan character lost in the shuffle, especially if he wasn't a broken character. Like if he came in and his combos were very generic, like sort of like Kabba's, you wouldn't see people use them. It would just be like, oh, we got Shallot, we might use him so we can get one video off of him, and that'll be it. Like, especially if he's not OP. But that's just the problem that you run into with a character like that. Now, what people should be requesting in the ways of a Saiyan character is maybe Fasha to tie up the Bardock story. Hell, hey, give me Gine, you know, to tie up the Bardock story. Maybe if you want to tell the Broly story, maybe you could have a mission or a story scene with Gine and Bardock. Who knows if you wanted to go that route, which I think Xenoverse 2 tries to stick to the Bardock special Bardock and not the Dragon Ball minus Bardock. But at the end of it, what else could you get for Shallot? Like, if you added him, you would have to give him a gimmick, like something that he doesn't have in Dragon Ball Legends. Like, let's say that Shallot was about to get Super Saiyan 3. I still don't think that would be enough, only because it's like, oh, well, Bardock got Super Saiyan 3, so it's like we already got a what if Super Saiyan 3. I mean, it would be big if we got that before Dragon Ball Legends, and I mean, if that was something that was going to remain completely unique to Xenoverse 2, but again, unless he's getting something like, I don't know, Super Saiyan 4, maybe God forms, which, you know, I'm not high on those. Like, God forms are kind of like the back burner for me because they just literally base form and then fill in with red or blue. I just don't see it with him. What could he do interesting and intriguing in the Xenoverse 2 story? Nothing. He'd just be like, essentially, Shallot would just be a time patroller. Like, I've traveled through time. Oh, look, we got Shallot. Would he be a permanent part of the Xenoverse 2 time patrollers with Trunks? Would that be it? Like, there's not really too many ways that you can go with the Shallot character that isn't a cliche. That's the problem with Shallot. So that's where I'm at with Shallot, guys. I could take him or leave him. I don't hate the character. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I don't want him. I'm just saying that I have indifference for the character, and I just don't really see what all the popularity is with him in particular. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, I've been your perfect being, Paragon Perfection, and this has been your Xenoverse 2 Tour. Of course, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell to get all updates for this channel as they become available, because there will be plenty of them from yours truly, the greatest creator of Dragon Ball anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure content on the platform, on any source on the internet, Lord Paragon Perfection. Of course, catch up with me in the Discord, link down below if you would like to, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon, PayPal, Streamlabs, because I'm gonna come up with a tier for the Patreon where you guys would get private live streams and private hangout sessions. Lord Paragon Perfection. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Have a nice day.